Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we take another look at a fast-paced car heist at a Southern Kentucky dealership that was completed in less than 1 minute, and a bill meant to put regulations on adult-oriented businesses and entertainment so children are not exposed to them at such a young age.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
It is 6:34, y'all, and I've been struggling. Let me just tell you, it's Thursday. Let's pop Brandon up because he's been a part of this. My allergies. I have had a sneezing fit for the past, 30 minutes, I think.
Yep.
It's been awful. It has been awful.
If you started watching the newscast at 5 o'clock, you can tell progressively that his voice is getting worse.
And my eyes are watering. I'll probably think, he's crying.
Now listen, there was no allergy medicine in this building, but I found him some.
But no, there's a caveat to that.
There is a caveat to that.
It expired in 2017.
Listen, be glad I had some at all because, as you well know, I keep a little bit of everything around.
I need an allergist and a pharmacist this morning, like right now. Can somebody come, please?
Lord.
Goodness gracious. But you turned off the air, so really it's your fault.
That's right. I didn't turn. I turned it up. So there you go.
So if I'm sneezing, y'all, this morning, just forgive me.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Shake it off. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. Looking at some rain in the overnight hours. We're starting to calm down a little bit this morning, and that's good. So we're going to have a fairly uneventful day, but we are getting you ready for tomorrow. That's why we're already in the first alert weather day to give you at least 24 hours notice of what is coming. 50 in Wise, 57 Somerset, Monticello, Jacksboro this morning. A little bit of a range there. Your breakfast forecast as you head out the door. Low to mid 50s for the most part, some rain chances, but those have basically moved out already, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Maybe a couple of straight showers out there still this morning, but for the most part, the heavier bands are gone. We'll talk more about the extended forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, we now know the name of the woman found dead near the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office identified the victim as 37-year-old Anna Whitehead. Well, the Jellicoe, Tennessee and Williamsburg police departments found her body in Elk Creek behind the Save-A-Lot on US 25 on Wednesday. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation. Her body was sent in for an autopsy. A man from Middlesboro, 58-year-old Daryl Jones, was charged with manslaughter Monday. Well, Middlesboro police said they were contacted by a family member in July of 2022 to investigate the death of Monica Sills. A Bell County Coroner's Office report says Sills died from drug toxicity on June 18th. Jones was already jailed in the Bell County Detention Center on theft, non-payment of court fines, failure to appear, and drug charges. 2 drug raids in 2 days led to several bags of meth, marijuana, heroin, fentanyl, and drug paraphernalia being taken off the streets in Hazard. The first raid happened Tuesday. Police say they stopped a car leaving a known drug house they'd been watching as part of an investigation. The second happened yesterday. Police served a search warrant and raided a Gorman Hollow home. Drugs were taken during both stops. At least 4 people were arrested during the incidents, but their names have not been released. Well, there's new video of a car heist at a Somerset dealership. The general manager of Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep says at least 7 people stole 6 Dodge Hellcats in 40 seconds. 4 of the cars were taken from the showroom. The keys were still inside. You can see the suspects hop in the cars and drive off. The other 2 were taken from the lot. 5 of the cars were recovered. At least 1 of the suspects is in custody. State police arrested Chavez Jones. He's from Alabama, which is where one of the cars was found. He's facing a list of charges, including receiving stolen property. Police recovered 2 stolen cars in different counties this week. In Harlan County, officers say 19-year-old Caleb Kreider was arrested after police say a Jeep was stolen from the Cumberland area. Over in Clay County, 41-year-old Anthony Collins of Manchester was arrested after he was found inside his home with the keys of a different stolen vehicle. On Wednesday, London police said a Hyden man was found slumped over in a running car on the side of the Hal Rogers Parkway. 30-year-old Derek Blake Adams was arrested and charged with driving under the influence, failure to produce an insurance card, and failure to wear a seatbelt. After searching the car, officers said they found several Fireball whiskey buckets and 40 empty travel-sized bottles of Fireball. Police also said Adams failed several field sobriety tests. Senate Bill 115 was introduced to the Kentucky Senate in February, but people are asking questions when it comes to the language used in the bill. Senate Bill 115 is designed to regulate adult-oriented businesses and entertainment and to ensure children and minors are not exposed to it at a young age. One of the many examples used in the bill is drag performances, which has led to questions from the LGBTQ+ community. Senator Philip Wheeler says the bill is not targeted towards drag performances specifically, but those performing acts in general.
I guess I could potentially see a scenario that if you just had somebody dressed up in a dress sitting there, that might not be obscene. But, I think a full-blown drag show with the pole dancing and adult provocative entertainment, that's the type of activities the bill is designed to prevent.
Senator Wheeler adds, quote, "Sexuality is something that should remain in the bedroom and in your private home, and I do not think it should be displayed out on the street, and I definitely don't think it should be displayed in front of children," end quote. Hundreds gathered in Frankfort yesterday to push for the passing of Senate Bill 63. It's known as the Crown Act. Crown stands for Create a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. Senate Bill 63 received bipartisan support and passed out of committee last year. Teachers, students, and state leaders rallied inside the Capitol Rotunda, sharing signs of support and their stories of hair discrimination.
And I'm not even going to get into the correlation between hair straightening products and uterine cancer and fibroids. So it is literally physically harming Black Kentuckians to continue straightening their hair, and we've got to create policies and solutions for all of Kentucky.
Well, the act would not undo policies that affect public safety, such as required hair nets. 20 states have passed the act, with California doing so first.
Almost 6:41, the heavy rain moving out this morning. We're giving you advance notice that by tomorrow we're going to be seeing some action there across the region, including the possibility for some very strong to maybe even severe thunderstorms. So be ready for that. The rain starts again tonight. Morning dry this morning, or it's going to be dry this morning rather, and kind of dreary out there today. 50 for temperature right now in Wise, 57 out towards Somerset, Monticello, and Jacksboro. A lot of low to mid 50s out there to start your day. Your out the door forecast is going to feature that rain chance early, but that seems to already have been gone. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 60s rather, under mainly cloudy skies, some peaks of sunshine possible. No concerns about that today, but if we see sunshine tomorrow, not a good situation. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. The time is 6:41. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. As grocery prices continue to climb, people across the country who use food stamps are about to have less money to feed themselves and their families.